Hey guys, and welcome to my page. I am honestly nervous. It's been taking quite some time to build up the nerve to do my first YouTube video. One, because I hate the way I look on camera. I hate the way I sound on camera. So bam, knocking out the insecurities right now. But I'm used to in terms of my creative endeavors of late, I've mostly been behind the scenes. And before I recently changed this page to Mama Minga, which is the nickname I go by. It was Lady From Fatal, which was my rap name, and that's what this YouTube page was dedicated to. And I never had a rap video. I wish I did. I actually eventually got into filming and stuff and never even did my own rap video then. But so yeah, I really didn't have much going on in my rap page, and I wasn't really interested in pursuing rap as a hobby or anything anymore. But it was definitely fun while it lasted. And yes, your girl still can spit, okay? And you can still find me. Look me up, Lady From Fatal, okay? But as of late, I've really just been getting more into the spiritual side of myself. And I'm not even going to say as of late. This has really been an ongoing journey for me. But like for most people, quarantine has brought out so much of just finding yourself. And like I said, I was pretty much already on that journey. But it allowed me to have that alone time, which I needed to actually meditate and focus and set aside time for this instead of just being like this all the time. And that's pretty much where I was, especially excuse me, I should have had some water over here, especially when I was in film. That's a hectic career field to be in. And someday I hope to get back into it. But right now my passion is still writing, which has always been my passion. Even with my music, I used to write my own music, poems, plays, things like that. With the filming, I eventually wrote a couple of things that just got filmed on the indie level. But enough of that. Right now I've been pulled so hard to painting and just art in general, but mostly painting. So that's a way that I've been getting out some of my spiritual energy by painting and just letting go of my creative side. But one thing that's been calling me outside of the painting is just to journal, just to reach out and change my Lady From Fatal YouTube page to a page that's more for spiritual newcomers or spiritual noobs, as I like to term it, that are on this journey, and we're following our gurus for advice. Not, we're not creating or worshiping anybody like gods. But these people give really good advice. They give you different ways of looking at the world, different ways of handling and solving problems. And sometimes you watch them and you're like, oh, they had to go through years and years and years of what you have to go through, but you just see them there and you just want to be where they are so bad. And in the middle, you go through these, what I call ascension symptoms, which I've had seen different, like if you Google it or you look it up on YouTube, you'll see some different spiritual masters and things like that go over different types of symptoms. And usually everything that I learn and that I find, it resonates with me. It's like, yes, I know I'm not crazy. All the stuff that I was feeling, the things that I think about us not being alone, and ghosts being real, spirits being real. I've had plenty of supernatural phenomena to believe in those things. It's not just that I'm just like, you know what, this stuff's probably real. No, I've had some experiences that helped me to believe in it. But I feel like my whole life I've been a spiritual person. I've always believed in God. I've always believed in Jesus. I believe in God in a different way now. less of a deity that's just in the air, just around us everywhere, judging and keeping track of what's going on, answering prayers here, not answering prayers there. That version of God that I was raised to believe, and that most of us are raised to believe, is not a version that I choose to hang on to anymore. Most people that consider themselves spiritualists or non-religion, they don't not believe in God. They just don't believe it in the sense that we were raised. So for me, my new definition of God is the love, light, energy that created the earth and the heavens and everything, but dispersed within all of us. So, and it's just something about that meaning that's even more great than believing that it's just some dude out there, you know. So yeah, basically we are all gods having a human experience. Your soul, that entity inside of you, is your inner God. It's the version of God in you that is the same version of God in everyone else. So if you're a spiritual guru, you're a spiritualist, you know we there, we on the same page. But for those of you that are who are just now getting into this, once you start finding your people you want to listen to and get your information from, and get those teachings and learnings from, and the information is usually given to them by their higher selves, their higher energies, their inner gods, again, which is something that we all share and something that we all should be able to do. So for me, that has been my journey. I'm one of those people, when I found out something like, oh, we can do that, I can do that, I want to do it, I'm going to learn how to do it. So I don't know if it's the Aries side of me, but I've really been interested in, I've named it my journey to God, my journey to my inner self, being able to communicate, hear from my inner self. Just knowing, you know, you have a question, you can take that time, meditate, get that answer from your inner self, and go about your business. Nothing is a guess anymore. Nothing, you no more feeling beat down. You are in control of your life, essentially. And that's the path I'm on. A little early this year, last year, the year before last, I noticed that I was purging. I was just getting rid of negative energy, negative people, family, friends. I don't care how long I knew you. If you were giving me negative energy, continuous drama, all of that, you got swept under the rug. So if you're watching and you're wondering why Minga hasn't been talking to you, that's why. I'm on a new wave, baby. And it's like when you're on this wave, you don't care what people think. And I finally got to that point where I said, you know what? I don't care what people think. I don't care if people think my ideals or how I feel about the planet that I live on, the life that I'm living. I don't care what they think about how I think about that. Get what I'm saying? And in that same retrospect, I don't care what anyone else thinks about what they think about their life experience, because how you feel about your life experience is part of my life experience too, and vice versa. You watching this video might not have ever thought about, aliens or ghosts or channeling or the spiritual side, or have you ever thought about God in that sense of not just being the spiritual entity you can't reach out to and touch and always chasing after it. When you die, you hope this entity calls you up. Have you ever thought that this entity was a little bit more brilliant than that? He's living, he or she, out of habit, I tend to refer to God as he, but just know that I mean the energy essentially. It's everywhere. Omnipotent is exactly what they mean. Omnipresent is exactly what they mean in the God that we were taught. Okay, that entity wanted to experience all that there is to experience in life. And this entity was smart enough to say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna create a giant Sims game. And I want to know what it's like to be a butterfly, an insect, and grass, and a human being, and this and that. And I'm going to disperse my wonderful self, love, and energy into all of those things and experience. And the minds that are created during those experiences, they have free will to live that way however they want. I am just along for the ride. The inner God in you is just along for the ride, and we have to remember that. And sometimes when I'm going through things now, like once you get on this path, you start making jokes out of things that you would normally be pissed about, because I realized I just added an experience to the collective. So a lot of things we go through, we're going through for the collective, for mankind, for the God conscious to have that experience, put it in the data bank, and move on. So to sum it up, my opinion of life is it's a giant video game, and we have all the controls, and some of us don't. Some of us have the controller in our hand, and we don't know that A means to jump and B means to skip and C is this. We don't know the cheat codes. We don't know that this part of the board gets easier, but the beginning part is hard. If you just hold on and get past the beginning, you'll get to the end where the trophies and all of that stuff is at. Okay? So if you want to take that metaphor and begin this journey, I really feel like you would get a lot out of that. So I got to that point quicker than I thought I was. Like, I even got notes, y'all. I'm a giant dork. In film, I found myself doing mostly towards the end, like directing and assistant directing and stuff. So I'm so used to having like notes jotted down, and I really feel silly right now, y'all. All right. So look, the only thing I'm missing is my glasses, so I can do like this and see what else I have down here. Oh, but look, I found something. Okay, so one thing that I was saying with the going through this whole journey is the ascension symptoms. And what I've been getting lately, when I meditate especially, which used to be very hard for me in the beginning, because when I meditated, I always went to what bills am I going to pay next? What's this? What's that? What's that? Instead of my mind just being able to quiet down. So it is, I'm letting you know, I know some of you have probably looked up meditating and things, and they tell you, oh, just keep at it. It gets better. It gets better. I'm here to tell you, it does get better. But yeah, so I kept meditating, and I started noticing the more I meditate that I was getting a pulling sensation right here in my third eye area. And even sometimes in the back of my head, which if I'm not mistaken is where the pineal gland, I probably said that wrong, but I believe that's where it's located. So sometimes I would get strong pulsating feelings there. Sometimes I would even feel like a pulsating feeling here, and sometimes like an opening. And I've learned that visualizing light, white light, gold light, for me it's white and gold light. If I'm trying to think of, if I'm trying to bring healing energy or protective energy, or if I'm getting ready to go into a meditation and I want to just bless my area that I'm meditating in, or just bless the meditation session, I'm very good at visualizing just bright white light everywhere. And it really just does something to my energy and just puts me in that good, you know, I can go to sleep if I meditate right now type of mode. So visualizing, picking your colors. There's all these things that you'll find online, you know. Meditate this way, say this, affirmations that. All of this stuff is basic advice for you to take and use how you want to, how you can. And at some point, you need to be your own guru. You need to be your own spiritual advisor. Take what you've learned and make it work for you and create your own stuff. I'm getting to the point now where all of the things I've learned about affirmations, as far as don't use the word no, don't say it in a negative way, I've took out so many rules with the whole affirmation thing, because at the end of the day, it's all about your intentions. So if you're saying, let's say you're wanting finances, and you're saying, I am not broke, I do have money, I no longer need. Some people would say don't use the no's and things because that's the negative energy. But if you're giving that, and you're giving it with heartfelt emotion and intentions, and saying, I'm not broke, I am not poor, I do have money, I am not going in poverty or whatever, and you're saying it with that kind of conviction, I don't think that your mind is going to say, she must really want some more poverty. No, your mind's going to be like, that's right, you not. Your mind going to talk about, you know what, we had enough of this poverty. And you're going to see some changes. Say, if it don't feel right, if you do feel like you saying no's and nots in your affirmations is bringing up negative feelings, then you might want to think about what you're saying. Then you might want to be like, okay, when I use those type of words, it makes me feel XYZ. So you always want to pay attention to how it makes you feel at the end of the day. Even if it's a little bit anger that's making you feel good. Let that anger out, let that aggression out, experience it, see where it leads you so you can be done with it. So, but that's when I actually want to do a video about that, transmuting anger. We have to learn that it's okay to be angry. And I guess if I do leave off on any message, that it would be that, because when I was first going through my ascension and awakening and trying to be more positive and stop thinking so negative and having knee-jerk reactions to this and that, it was just more about how did things make me feel, and what could I do and say to just perk myself up a little bit more. And then you get in modes where you're like, but I feel bad today, I'm mad. But if I'm mad, is that going to negate all the meditation I've been doing and all the good that I've been feeling? Oh, I got to start all over. And you get into your head. You are still human. The God in you knows you're still human. Your spirit guides know you're still human. It's all about the way you accept your feelings and how you react on them then. If you're mad, be mad. You know what? I was having a good day and such said such and such to me, and I am very upset about that. And let that be it. Go through those feelings. If you feel you need to reach out to that person and talk and discuss the situation, you have to go through your options and your emotions. You can't keep reacting the way you used to been reacting because you've seen where it's gotten you so far. So, if you are angry, it's okay. You can't hold on to the anger and go through this process because it's just going to drag you down. Okay, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to have days where days where I'm meditating and cussing out kids all in one day. Okay, you go sit your ass down. Lord Jesus, thank you, help me. Just kidding. Kind of. I am a mom of 2, by the way. So, and I have a fiance. So guys, the fact that I'm doing this video and nobody's knocked on the door, you probably heard him out there on the game playing. You'll hear him in the background shouting every now and then. But the fact that I was able to do this video without any interruptions was like a big goal for me, because that was another reason why I haven't been able to finish or get a video out, because if it's not homeschooling in the morning or working or my paintings or my stuff that I do on for my social influence stuff, it's just like, when do I have time? And when I do have time, the kids are either in the background loud or anyway. So regular mom, regular life stuff. So I will probably most likely be doing my videos around this time at night where it's nice and calm and you won't have too many interruptions from me and my family. And I'm going to try to get videos out as often as I can. My goal is to try to journey what I'm going through for regular people who are not where the gurus are, but they're not quite at the beginning level because you're aware, you know, I want more. I want to learn how to meditate. I want to feel better about my life, myself. I want to be more spiritual. Maybe you want to connect with your higher self too. Maybe you know you have gifts that you're trying to open up, and you're going through a process that's giving you all types of ascension symptoms and things like that. So we are the newbie tribe. I'm going to share all my experiences. I am by no means a guru or somebody that you should not say take my advice as you wish, basically. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going over my notes again. It's time to be a dork. Yes, I have on here to shout out my pages. So you can also find me on Instagram.com/Mama Minga. You can find me on Twitter.com/Mama Minga. You can find me on Facebook.com/Mama Minga. And also have a personal page on Facebook as well. You can look that up under Shaminga Forney. Also, guys, stay tuned if you think you're going to be interested in the content that I'm talking about presenting, and hopefully doing some live sessions, some Q&A sessions, just journaling the whole experience, sharing as much as I can with you, hopefully sharing some of my art with you guys, whatever the universe puts in my heart to do videos for. Honestly, that's I'm a very improv person. Even with my art, I just get a paintbrush and I'm like, all right, what am I about to paint? So I like to get caught. I really do. I really like when I just feel like, oh, is that what I need to be doing? Is that what you're telling me to do, universe? And to go do it, because then I know that the message is specifically for someone or a group of people, or that is something that I need to say to trigger something in myself. Sometimes we really need to talk out loud and talk to other people to talk things out. So hopefully this page can be that outlet for everybody. So again, if you like the page, if you think you're going to like the content that I'm talking about presenting, please subscribe to me. Feel free to share my videos and give it a thumbs up as well, or a thumbs down if you're not feeling it. I'm not one of them people, okay? And I don't really do YouTube videos, so I would totally understand if y'all thumbs down my video. I probably got a lot to work on in terms of presentation, so I apologize if you guys do think that. But hey, I'm doing my best. I'm putting myself out there, and I'm going to give myself a pat on the back because I'm very proud of myself for that. So thank you. So I wish you all a wonderful day, night, whatever time of day that you are watching this video. Have a positively filled day, and God bless you. All